Welcome, welcome, welcome. If this is your first time, I always say buckle up. Team No Excuses presents the Ray Lewis Show. I am really excited today. I think just because life gives us a choice every day, right? To choose, right? Joy, peace, happiness, sadness, confusion, whatever we want to choose. But in today's time, I think we have to reflect on something that's been going on. Just checking in, right? Our world is suffering some really, really tough times. You know, it's like there's no way we can act as if it's not existing, right? Because it's not our issue. These tragic shootings that has happened, it's just, wow. Lord, if you can do anything else, if you can send some sort of help, some sort of sign to let us know, Father, that your glory and your mercy is the thing that we must hold on to. Father, do so. Let your will always be done. And bless each and every one of these families and their children that they're dealing with, Father. I thought it was necessary because we got to start addressing this as a world, as a community. Together, we have to start feeling these pains. Just checking in, transitioning really quick. Super Bowl reunion 2000. Wow, 20 years. We have the reunion a few days ago, and just some of the most amazing things, right? Because it's two extremes, right? We come from some of the greatest pain we've ever seen. Then we come back and find yourself with brothers that achieve something absolutely incredible. Just hearing the stories, going back, some of the stories I forgot that happened in 2000. Right? Just listening to Trent, listening to Shannon, Goose, Rod, Marvin, Jack, Billy, Kevin Byrne, and just listen, Jamal, all of us reflecting on how great of a team we were, how great of a team. It didn't start off pretty. And the road was never easy, but we stayed in the fight. And today is interesting because we're going to transition and talk about what does it mean to understand delayed gratification. Listen, without further ado, we're going to jump into championship mentality so we can get Coach in here, so we can have some conversation about life. My brother, how are you doing? It is always good to see you. And the shirt that you got on sums it up, brother. With what's going on in this world, we got to be prayed up.
Hey, man, no doubt about it, man. Appreciate you giving the respects to those families and really just to the moment that we're in right now in this world. It brings me back to that principle we talked about gratitude. And it's like sometimes we have a tendency to look at our own problems, or this is what's going on with me, I. And at the big picture, man, somebody would pray for the problems that we have. So in the midst of the prayers, in the midst of trying to get a plan for change, for everybody to do their part to make this world a better place, man, I'm also reflecting on myself, saying, okay, man, let's keep this all in perspective, man. You need to continue to make a difference in the world, but you need to be thankful because that could have been me, that could have been my family member, that could have been anybody, grandma, out in those stores, and those kids that's in those classrooms who certainly didn't deserve what happened to them. Yeah. So just gratitude for God, for life, man, and for hope. And so all that being said, man, I got to give you a congratulations on that donation you gave to the Children's Hospital, $134,000 for what you did and Beyond the Edge. I don't take those things for granted. I'm sure they don't. Sure, we can jump into delayed gratification, but as they say, you give them the roses, give them the flowers now. Hey, bro, you have given $134,000, a sum that most people won't give to any donation their whole life, whether we just came or whatever the situation may be, man. Shout out to you for that and those 2,000 Ravens defense.
Bro, look, I'm so glad you brought that up, man. I should have spoke about that. Like going to John Hopkins, and I've been working with John Hopkins for years, right? You know this. But the things that I've been doing with them, man, and to see these babies, to see these kids, and most of them, some of them, they're never making home, you know, and their parents has to figure out a way to cope with that every day. You know, so going into the hospital, man, and being able to sit there and look at these kids and just grab them and just let them know that, you know, no weapon formed shall prosper, but it never said it wouldn't form, right? And that's why you got to help these babies understand that sometimes we're going to go through tough times, right? But if we keep the right mentality and keep the right people around us, it's a really, really special thing that comes from it. I'll tell you something about the anniversary, bro. Like, there's this one woman, man, her and her son, it's unbelievable. And me and you shared the picture, but at the reunion, I saw her face, and she gives a certain type of love to me, bro. It's a love that I try to give to those children as well. And T, I'm telling you, man, without hesitation, bro, I got on both of my knees. The picture you sent me, bro. Mm-hmm. And I just wanted her to let her know how grateful, right, I was for her support and her love, right, that she actually gives me, man. So whether we talking about the kids, whether we talking about this incredible woman, man, it's time for us as a country to get to a place where we have to start spreading and showing more love, bro. And that's why I think, I think
that's it, Ray. Really, man. At some point, people get tired of the thoughts and the prayers, you know, and that continuous cycle. And it's about, at this point in our lives, just trying to show love, man. Whatever you are in life, wherever you plant it, grow right there, man. And just show love to the people around you, man. That's the only way we're gonna make a change in this country, by us doing it individually and everybody doing their part individually. So I wish, you know, we could come on here and you know, people are beyond angry and all that's understood. But man, it's tough to be productive when you're angry.
Yeah.
And so now as we gather our emotions, man, it's about really executing a good plan and really showing that love to one another.
That's why, honestly, bro, that's why I think today, right, it's like what we do is we share love, right? So in championship mentality, it's like, how do you understand delayed gratification? Like, really, right? How do you understand practicing that, right? Because that's a principle of love, right? Like, how do you get people to understand everything ain't supposed to be fast, right? Like think about it, T. There's a magical compound, right? You see it affect from improving as little as 1% a day. 1% a day. We talk about this every day, bro. How do you get better every day of your life, right? And one of the practices is we have a rule, right? How do we affect 1 billion people? One person at a time, right?
1 person a day.
1 person a day. That's it, right? Because when you delay instant gratification for long-term satisfaction, bro, it's I'm telling you, if you can ever sacrifice now and just pour into someone's life today, oh man, the guy I gave that $100 to and looked at him and told him to look at me in my eye. Homeless guy said, look at me in my eye and promise me that you have used this money for the right thing. That guy's now a pastor, right? And he was patient enough. He was patient enough to know that what I gave him for $100, he could have used it for drugs. He could have used it for a lot of things, but he changed his life. Yeah. He started a business, got married, everything, bro. It's like, it's these stories, right, of being able to pour into someone's life. It's one thing that we always talk about, right? Discipline, right? Discipline, daily discipline creates greater results for what you cannot see, right? Who you are every day will dictate how far you go in life, guaranteed.
Wow, I love it. First of all, that delayed gratification, it is a principle in this championship mentality. We lived it. And it's really the ability to discipline yourself, to put off what you want now for a greater reward later. And throughout our journey, that was a lifestyle, man. There were weekends I wanted to go see my parents. I wanted to go see my siblings, go visit my frat brothers, go to homecomings. I wanted to do all that stuff, man.
Yeah.
But you talked about patience earlier. Like this delayed gratification team, it's a championship principle.
Yeah.
You know, because sometimes we kind of confuse what we want and what we need. A lot of times they're not the same, right? They're not the same. And you got to choose what you need now, that short-term process for long-term greatness.
Bro,
And so,
listen to this. I'm going to show you something. So this guy comes up to me with his son. His son is, I think, a sophomore in college, whatever. And he comes up to me and he says, I just want to tell you and that brother on y'all show, man, thank you, man. Because what y'all have taught me is patience. Like I got to wait for something. Like I got to figure a plan. Bro, I'm telling you,
wow.
Like with tears, like at the reunion. Wow. And you know, bro, like I absorb people's happiness, joy, pain, whatever. I absorb that. That's just who I am, right? So with all of the things that's going on in the world, bro, when you talk about this delayed gratification, when you talk about what we gave up, think about what we gave up for the long-term vision, right? They said to me, I remember years ago when I won the first Super Bowl, right? And everybody else left, right? You remember those years we went through it, right? Where we went through quarterback after quarterback and could not win a game. And dog, we never stopped preparing. Every time I prepared, bro, I prepared to win a championship. Even though I know the facts was not on my side, I was going to give it every doggone thing I got. But it was what I was building for. It wasn't right now. Listen to this. I'm the only player that stayed the entire time, 12 years. It took me 12 years from my first Super Bowl to my second Super Bowl. And all of the people that tried to get me to leave and give up the vision, I had people offer me money. Leave the Ravens. Come play with us. And I said, you want me to take that instant gratification of money and you want me to leave my legacy? I ain't leaving my legacy, T. And we finished the race.
That sacrifice, man. Simply put, man, discipline, simply put, man, is choosing between what you want now and what you want most.
Ooh.
And so when we talk about this delayed gratification, it's not an easy thing.
It's not. It's not.
No, man.
No.
Some people will enjoy a perfect day in exchange for a bright future, right?
My goodness.
The sun is out. It's easy to say not today. You know, you can make a different move. But man, when you got that long-term vision, man, and you master this art of delayed gratification, again, it's a championship mentality that you have to have in order to get where you need to go.
My gosh.
Yeah, man.
So this is why it's so magical, bro. Listen to me. Somebody has to understand this. Immediate gratification is a dream killer. I'm telling you, boy. Let me tell you something. All these things that come so fast and come so easy, I'm telling you, it'll take your dream, it'll take your vision, it'll take your purpose, and it'll make it all get on the other side, which is behind you, and then you in trouble.
Hey, some people may understand it like this, that's into the financial world and financial literacy. A great man said a long time ago, great investing requires a lot of delayed gratification.
Great investing
requires a lot of delayed gratification. Yeah. And for somebody, they may understand it that way. You can't finally get into the investment and expect to get those return on everything quickly. No, man, it takes time.
That's why it blows my mind, right? I'm sitting in this dinner last night and it blows my mind because we're having this conversation about social media, right? But we're having the conversation about the instant gratification of social media, but there's no gratification or nothing grateful that comes from it. Half of the big, bro, listen, I'm telling you, just imagine what the world is trying to trick us to do. Right? The world is actually taking us the opposite of what gratification really is, right? Because they're giving you something that's false, right? It's amazing on how you can get on social media and you can look like a totally different person and show somebody a totally different life. And they will want that because they think it's that easy and that instant. And then you get home and you realize you broke and spiritually you dead. Bro, it's what we created. What today's about is understanding some things in life it's better waiting for. Because if you get it at the wrong time and you ain't mature enough to handle it, you may never see it again.
Hey, and that's a life skill that's essential for a championship mentality.
Yeah.
Having self-delayed gratification. I mean, like, you want to work out now. I mean, you go to that store. You got a choice. You know what? I go ahead and get that cookie. I go ahead and get that piece of cake. I can go ahead and have that soda. It's easy to want that. But man, that self-gratification allows you to say, no, I got a big plan. I got a big goal. And then you go ahead and get those rewards. And I'm going to tell you, man, when you do that, you build up your self-respect for yourself. Yeah. As you said, this was what I'm going to do, and you sticking to it. That delayed gratification has benefits, man. It builds up your self-confidence, your self-esteem, your integrity, your character. You doing what you said you're going to do. Yeah. And so don't take it as a bad thing, man. Take it as a great thing along this journey of championship mentality. And it's like with me, man, sometimes I want to go ahead and get this Tesla. I want to get this car. But Ray, you know what I drive? I drive a car with 300,000 miles on it. I can get any car I want, Ray, but I got a bigger plan. And so that's just an example I'm giving you. Like, ain't no need for me to go ahead and get a new car. I'm trying to buy land. And so when I see one that I could easily get, I practice my patience. For somebody else, it might be a pair of shoes. You might have the money to buy the shoes, but you might have a financial goal. Self-delayed gratification is a principle. And if you learn it, it's a cornerstone of emotional intelligence.
It's a cornerstone of emotional intelligence. Mic drop. Get off my set, Coach. My goodness. Boy, Coach, you're rough. Boy, I mean, you're rough. Gotcha. I like to write mine down, Coach. But boy, you came out with one day. You done wrote that one down. You should slip that one in on those shoes.
It's in my heart. It's in my heart.
Hey, brother, I love you, man. I appreciate you, man. Thanks
love for life, King, man. Today. Keep blessing people. Keep doing what you're going to do. And like I told my class today, man, don't let what's going on in the world change who you are as a person.
Right.
You could be upset. You could be angry. I mean, you could be at the boiling point. Trust me. I get it. I understand. Yeah. I have family members that have passed away. My brother got killed 2 months before I came to college. I know what's pain like. I know what it's like to hear a mother scream. Yeah. But man, you can't let that change who you are, who God made you are. Continue to walk in love, man, and do your part in this world. And look, it don't have to be big, man. You could be doing a rat to your neighbor. You need anything? Bring their trash can up. You know what I'm saying? Small just things, man. Example. Small things. All right, champ.
Hey, Deacon Sanders, you take care of yourself.
Oh, no.
Mic drop. How amazing is it when we all have the same ability to wait? Good book says, wait upon the Lord. But instant gratification is short-lived and it's full of regret. I want you to practice something this week, and I'm going to be really short right now because I want you to understand what is happening. I believe the sign of maturity is accepting deferred gratification. It's when you know it's okay to wait for it because of things that I got to get done. To wait for your blessing is to understand patience. To pray for instruction is to position yourself for what you're asking for. To prepare for the harvest, you better have many practices. And the good book says, meditate on my word day and night. And I'm telling you about positioning yourself to be in the right position so when your blessing does come, you got enough patience to practice all of the things that you know fundamentally that you need to accept your harvest. Our world is hurting, but there's a true fact. There's nothing we can't do together. You're listening to a lot of people talking. But this week, Listen to only people that's speaking. Anybody can talk, but the people that's speaking are the people that's trying to find the right solutions to help us in a very confusing world right now. But everything's so fast. This week, slow it down. Write the vision. Make it plain. And if you pray about it, make sure you're in the right position and make sure you got the right disciplines to practice. What does it mean to receive my harvest? Have an amazing week. Thank you for joining us always. But there's something that has to happen. As people, we are the only way out to make this world a better place. One person at a time. God bless you.